Woodlands winners this week. I think we'll go with the 45th birthday is our title, but we'll get to that towards the end of the show. You can tune in to be able to watch that. Cam Grant joins me from New Zealand. Hello, Cameron.
G'day, Paul. Mark, how are we today?
Very, very good. I noticed you got the Diamond Creek shirt on too today. You're going okay with the SBSR. I've actually got one. I got one of those shirts. I might have to try and find it. I'll get into trouble from the guys for not wearing it. And Hughesy, hello from a very overcast and bleak Melbourne, I'm tipping.
Oh, no, mate, beautiful day. 20 degrees here, Collar, but they are saying we're going to get a bit of rain. So crazy times indeed.
We need it bad. It's beyond a joke. Right, it's been a massive, massive week in harness racing on both sides of the ditch, if you like. Mainly in Auckland, as far as the racing content goes, it's been outstanding. We're going to start off with Bet and Win. But before we go there, Cam and Hughesy, this stallion, we've got to start singing his praises. He had 3 separate winners on the weekend just gone. One on Wednesday, Bigger L. I'll get into trouble if I don't mention that horse, Cam, going from there. But then also Frazzled and Bet and Win, a Group 1 and a Group 3 winner. And Frazzled was just outstanding. So just doing an amazing job, Benny. A very underrated trotting stallion over this side of the equator.
Yeah, like I said, nice that in the Group 3, you're right. It was nice for Riley Harrison to pick up her first group success.
Yep.
Obviously, John was on the other What the Hill, which ran second.
Yep.
But no, they're very exciting for Riley. Like, good drive. She just put the sword to them, turning for home, and far too good.
Great speed. It was a great race to watch. It's on Over the Ditch, but also go to hrnz.co.nz and look at the results. I mean, it was phenomenal. Cam, we're going to talk about Woodlands' own Bet and Win. I think for once the racing gods were looking after him. Kenny, he's in a very precarious position right at the minute, but everything sort of works out in the next 300 metres.
Yeah, like I said, so $32,500 purchase from the Brecon draft out of the Pegasus Spermere. Look, pretty cool for Stacey and David to get the Group 1 in this part of the world, or New Zealand, I guess. Probably not the ideal prep, they'll be honest with that. Nothing was really going to plan with its bloods out the week before, so it's probably missed a run. And going into a 2-mile race, well, I thought it was going to be pretty tough for them. But look, everything kind of panned out in the right direction, and the horse just knows where the line is, which is great. And look, like I said, pretty testing week for everyone, and look, really excited for them to get the job done. And 2-mile races are pretty notoriously difficult, and especially with that kind of slightly interrupted prep. But look, great training feat from the team. David's been up there for 6 weeks away from the family, so he's obviously had a pretty trying time of it. And look, just exciting for both of them to get the win, and say it was a good race at the end of the day.
Great training combination too, and I think that doesn't get messaged enough. I know Stacey is one of our own, Woodlands' own, but the job they're doing with their team is phenomenal. They won a Group 1 in Queensland last year, off the back of a little bit of heartache with that horse as well. I think the racing gods looked after him on that occasion. They've had enough bad luck, if you like, going forward. Hughesy, you'd be fair to say with Kenny, he missed out on a Derby run. They gave about 3 fillies of runs over the top of him. I think the racing department at the time justified it because the fillies, I think, finished 4 of the top 6 spots or 5 of the top 6 spots on that occasion. But who's to know what Kenny might have been able to do? That could have been his first Group 1 win. So they've done an awesome job, though, Stacey and David, with this horse.
Yeah, super job with Bet and Win. Every time he stepped out, he's been more than competitive. He's racing at the elite level now, gone from, blasting, winning races over 10 furlong to winning the preeminent trotting race in New Zealand over 2 miles. He's a great horse. He's been well prepped. Might have been a blessing in disguise missing the previous week. All those horses last Friday night had every opportunity to run him down, but he just kept finding the line. He's a super horse, done a super job, and there is a lot more to come for him.
Yep, and we've got to sing the praises of Bobby Butt. You can sing both as a trainer and as a driver. He is a complete package, but understands exactly what he's got with Kenny. He looks after that horse. He's always training for next week. Even on that occasion, he was kind on him towards the line, even though it was a Group 1, and did get tight, but still put his head out in front.
Yeah, he certainly did. And I think, he's racing now against that elite group of horses, which he's part of, who've probably got a lot more ring craft than him. But he showed last Friday night that he is probably, the next preeminent leading trotter in New Zealand. They're going to have a lot of fun with him. Great night for What the Hill, as Cam said, with the treble and more winners through the week over there. Another big good winners for him in the Northern Hemisphere as well. So ticking a lot of boxes, Benny, doing a great job, very underestimated. So he's just doing what we forecast he would do. So well done to Benny.
Yep, absolutely. And interesting, the Pegasus Spur cross, Cam, that you alluded to there with Big L as well, a Pegasus Spur dam. So, yeah, definitely does work. Husey, Sudsy, Lather Up, produced another one. This horse has done a great job. This, of course, is Soap and Bubbles out of Scarlet Brew, an Art Major mare for Lisa Pitt, training and driving on this occasion. Brings up 3 in a row and 3 from 4.
Yeah, tough little win there. Sat in the chair at Shepparton last Sunday afternoon. Everybody was entitled to run her down, but she stuck to her guns and got the job done in 156. Got a lot of ability, this filly, and a little bit of bottom as well. That's 3 on the bounce for her. She led at her 2 previous wins and showed extraordinary toughness to sit in the chair there on Sunday afternoon. Filly with a little bit of scope, a lot of speed and a bit of depth, and just adds another winner to Sudsy. And the thing about the lather ups that are going to the races, they're just so consistent. You know, it's not as if they're winning one and falling by the wayside. They're winning 3 and 4 and 5 races. I see he's really good 3-year-old Calexico gelding's right to return at Melton this weekend.
He's stepping out. No, he's stepping out tonight at Bendigo.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. There you go. You're one step in front of me.
Yep.
Had a very good winner at in Ohio on the weekend at a horse called Up Again, who won a $75,000 front and went 150 as well up there in the States on the weekend. So building a little brand, mate. 12th on the USTA 3-year-old size list. Ahead always be Mickey. Stay hungry. Stallions that people are paying a lot of money down under to go to, and he's just punching well above his weight.
That horse is interesting too because, of course, Lather Up's a grandson of Better's Delight, but across that cross of Art Major mares, there's a lot of Art Major mares out there. If you've got one, there's a good little form line for you to cross that back with as well. So, I know Sweet Lou's and those will cross as well. But, sometimes the obvious is right in front of us and you've got to be aware of it.
Yeah. Look, what's the classic saying is, it's just right in front of you and in broad daylight, or in plain sight's the phrase I was looking for. So, and that's what Lather Up is. He's hiding in plain sight for breeders to go to. But unfortunately, a lot of them, have gone down the wrong road, as we're well aware.
Yep, definitely. I noticed you took your glasses off too halfway through the show, so don't worry, I was across that part. Rakero Maximus, what a super debut this was by a son of Down by the Seaside, Cam, 158.1. But this right here doesn't really tell the tale of this race because this horse just done a power of work mid-race to find the front.
Yeah, like I heard there was a wee bit of a whisper about this horse probably early on in the week when the draws come out, and there was probably one horse to beat there really, and he's done it very well. If they paid $11,000 for him at the weaning sale, that was when Macca Lodge bought probably 10 horses up to Auckland, so he was their kind of highest grossing horse, and they couldn't argue with that debut performance, that was for sure. Again, just another son of Seaside that's now getting the job done, so... probably what we were hearing earlier on in the Down by the Seaside career was the fillies were the ones that are just the fillies are the ones to get. The colts were probably a little bit missing, but you couldn't knock the form of the ones this year. The colts are certainly doing a great job.
No, absolutely. I think the colts that was actually a double. We haven't highlighted a Group 1 win. We've actually highlighted a race at Addington. I think the Group 1 winner, Fugitive, will be highlighting him more again, but we've also got a horse called Jamal. I mean, he is dead set dominating the 2-year-old races early on this year, which is another string to his bow. We talk about the fillies. Coastal Babe, I see, is coming to Lukey McCarthy's. The Aussies are going to get to see these serious Down by the Seasides.
Oh, very much so. Like I said, he's just certainly putting everything as we kind of predicted. He got a couple of decent books in a row, and now they're 2-year-olds, and the yearling crop's quite big. So, look, he's only going to get better and better, and he's just doing a great job in this part of the world. So I think people would be silly not to look at him next year or this season coming to up their bloodstock gang and do a great job.
Ronnie Dawes having a great run. Is the SJ Reid? Is that Stevie Reid?
That is.
Yeah, so he's in the ownership as well. So Coastal Babe and Yeah, poor old Tommy Bamford. There's a bit of pressure on him there with those two behind him. That is for sure. I'm actually going to show this race again. Watch the horse last in the picture. Young Seth Hill's driving this one for Tom Baggery on this occasion. This is a horse called Buster Douglas. Great boxing name. But, yeah, this horse gets the line terrific. Just keeps running all the way. Gets a little bit lost when Seffi pulls him out here in a minute. Again, another son of Down by the Seaside. We could be highlighting this horse next week if he steps out.
Absolutely. Like I said, just another son. You're right. Probably didn't get quite the right run, a bit of traffic on the way, and had to pull him out a lot earlier than he wanted. And like I said, he looks a bit green, but you couldn't argue with how he's hit the line in that field. And like I said, the winner's gone great, but the third horse is probably almost the run of the race and behind them.
Yep, and not punished. Definitely not punished on that occasion, which is what you want as well. Usually Group 1 racing continues here in Australia this week. We've got the New South Wales Oaks, the John Gibson New South Wales Oaks, of course, Success Stud, great supporters of Woodlands as well, so Jackie Gibson and the crew. But Soho Americano took out heat number 2 on the occasion. Behind the leader at the minute for Luke McCarthy, driving for his great mate Mick Stanley. But this was impressive when she lets down.
Yeah, super win here in a heat of the New South Wales Oaks. And, you know, she roared out of the gate, led and handed up in a very fast lead time, very fast first quarter, then Luke handed, and then come out of the trail at the finish and was a very, very comfortable winner of that particular heat on Saturday night. She's won over $100,000 in stakes now, taken a 51 record, 8 wins. Bred by Leviathan West Australian owner and breeder Rob Watson, who was, you know, on American Ideal literally since the time he first stepped into the country a long time ago. Drawn to advantage in that final on Saturday night, drawn 3. Might possibly lead and might be in the box seat again to be in the chocolates in that Group 1 race on Saturday night, which looks a very even field. But you know, the American Ideals just keep on keeping on. 3rd on the 2-year-old size list in Australia this year. I think maybe 5th on the 3-year-old list and punching above his weight as he always does in the all age. So we'll always go down the road with him. You know how much we all loved him and adored him as a stallion.
One thing that video that I just showed then doesn't tell, very hard for horses working out of the gate over that 2,300 metres on that occasion. She flew the arm early, and then did posse up, handed up and posied up behind the Sweet Lou filly, Sugar Pie Honey, who was far from disgraced herself. But, yeah, that's very hard for horses to do at New South Wales over that 2,300. They can't burn early and still be able to finish it off. I don't know why, but it doesn't matter. Just go back and watch any races over that 2,300. Very hard for horses to do, and she done it terrifically. And you mentioned before about Soho Standardbred's Rob Watson, but, of course, Mick Stanley also. He's had a great association with Sons of American Ideal, Soho Tribeca, but quite a few of the rest of them too. He's awesome representative, if you like, of the Woodlands brand. No,
Mick's had a lot of luck with American Ideal, certainly knows how to train them and get them going. And, look forward to Saturday night. Hopefully they can get the chocolates.
Little drive-by. People keep telling me Bettor's Delight won't make it because he can't leave a sire. Haka Punter. Actually, a son of Bettor's Delight left a winner in one of the other heats there as well with Ruby Rules. So, good luck to the people that want to continue to say those comments about the King.
Yeah, very interesting. If you start to look the last 6 or 12 months, a lot of his sons are actually getting the job done. Better Than Cheddar's had a really good run. Betting Line, they all leave good, solid winners. They're doing very good jobs in the Northern Hemisphere as well. It's just so hard for his sons
when he's still kicking goals.
When he's still kicking goals. He's a leading 2-year-old sire in Australia, Bettor's Delight, and the leading 2-year-old sire in New Zealand this year. Like he was 27 on Sunday.
Yep.
27-year-old is a leading 2-year-old sire in New Zealand and Australia in 2025.
And let's be aware, too, there is a horse that we could have highlighted today on this show called Republican Party, who's now won 2 Group 1s already this season in open class company plus a second. He also technically could have had 3 because he won on New Year's Eve. So technically could already have 3 Group 1s in open class company this year. And the Woodlands brand, there was 5 races of group type there, 3 Group 1s, all won by sons of Woodlands Stallions, with Bet and Win, Republican Party, and his name Fugitive. Yeah, they're down by the seaside. And then you had the Group 3 taken out by Frazzled, but also Quinella in that race. So Woodlands Stud just absolutely flying, boys.
Yep, absolutely. We also took out the Group 3 at Menangle on Saturday night as well with Jackie Gibson and Luke McCarthy's good filly. He'll be very hard to beat. Now I see he'll be very hard to beat in the $200,000 Group 1 this Saturday night for Sweet Lou. So I think Lou's got 5 daughters in that race. So
the other one back on go back a week too. The Group 2 race, Ripples by Better's Delight got beat that much. Like, I mean, it actually looked like it was in front. I know the race caller wasn't brave enough to call, so that's how close it actually was. So could have seriously won all 5 of the major races on that occasion. Could have, should have, would have, doesn't matter. He won 4, or Woodlands won 4, so that's what we want, boys. We've also got we've got the weanling sales coming up as well. I think Hughes, you got an update on that, but we've got to say huge. Now this is what the show. See, the glasses are back on. Hughes, he's got the glasses back on, just so he doesn't miss this. Cam Bray.
Here we go.
Cam Bray's birthday, we've got to say a huge happy birthday to him. Now, this is a serious thing, Hughesy. I actually sent him a message yesterday. I still haven't heard back from him. I may have forgot his birthday, so I think I'm in trouble.
Oh, mate, you would. Well, I think we're all on the bar list. He might have gone to ground for a few days. I guess that's what happens when you turn 45, mate, you know, so starting to reflect on his life a little bit perhaps. But happy birthday to the Southern Hemisphere's leading auctioneer, and we'll be catching up with him very, very soon.
Well, he's got the weanling sales in June 26. We probably, one of us will hear from him at some stage. We will know if he's watched this. That is for sure. But yeah, I mean, he's got the old man's disease. He's got the calf at the minute, so we've got to be a bit quiet for him. But yeah, age does catch up with us all, Cam. So not a worry there at all.
Yeah, the rugby career. You're right. The rugby career. I don't. Yeah. He's a slim man now. He used to be in the forward pack, but now he's on the wing, and that got him.
It was actually your comments. Your comments were exactly what happened. Yeah, they said, "Oh, you're a bit skinnier. We'll put you a bit wider." So yeah, but anyway, hopefully he's had a nice couple of days off, and I'll hopefully hear from him at some stage. But the weanling sales June 26, usually, what'd you say, 70, 79 standardbred yearlings?
Yeah, 79's the number. So June 26, Thursday, June 26. Standardbred weanling sale at Karaka combined with the thoroughbred sale. So great cross-pollination between the thoroughbred and the standardbred industries in New Zealand. Looking forward to that. 79 of which we have 32 of our own weanlings going through that draft. That draft will be available pretty soon. Catalogues won't be far away. Maybe that's where Cam is, mate. Maybe he's gone to ground to do the catalogues. So
don't let him off that easy.
No. So look, mate, looking forward to that. As you're well aware, for us, that weanling sale is a big couple of days. The quality of animal that we bring and the quality of animal that eventually reaches the races has been quite stunning over the journey. Crikey, New Zealand Cup winners out of it, Group 1 winners, Group 2, Group 3 winners in both hemispheres out of those drafts, you know, for these 6 and 9 month old weanlings that we've bred and raced. So can't wait. Sales a little bit later than normal, but yeah, pencil in June 26 and all the details to follow.
I can't. It's funny. Another son of Better's Delight, Better's Wish, one of Macca Lodge's horses, won 3 on the bounce early in the North Island. Cam Grant, you've got the name for me, haven't you?
Oh no, I can't remember off the top of my head.
I was looking at Ray Green's the way you're looking. I thought Cam knows the name.
I know the horse.
But then you just said there before, Rakero Maximus as well. I mean, the winners that come out of these sales and go on, you can get a quick return like that couple of these have, but also you can purchase a horse that'll go onto the ilk of copy that, my hard copy, and plenty of others coming through as well. So it is a must. We want to make sure people are aware of it. June 26th, there'll be plenty coming out on Campbell's comments. We might even, Hughesy and I and Cam Bray might even do a bit of a preview going forward as well. So we'll get the message out there for that. Any other Woodlands news, gentlemen?
Just a quick one. So on that sale for us, I think 8 Seaside, 7 Lose, couple American Ideal, Better's Delight, Lather Up. They're all our boys will be represented at that sale on June 26th.
Yep. Well, we definitely need that. Gentlemen, thank you. As always, Woodlands winners will be back next Wednesday or Thursday or Tuesday, depending on how your calendar's looking, you boys. But really appreciate it. Thank you very much for the time. And we catch up in a week's time. But yeah, stay tuned for more Woodlands winners. Thanks, boys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cobber.
In the field and Midnight Dash, 900 left to go. The homeward lap there around the IRT Stables corner. Final occasion. Not as promised from Muscle Mountain. 3 wide, 1 overall. Back on the inside then to Mighty Logan will wait. The use of the HR Fiskin passing lane. 29 and 9 was at second quarter. Hemmed up in the 1 by 1 now was Faith in Manchester. Back on the inside. Bet and Win all dressed up. Nowhere to go. Queen Elide has come out 3 wide, 1 overall. Starting to fade on his run. Further back in the field then to Mr. Love. There followed well back as Midnight Dash. 2 Tangata Oscar Bonavina 10 to make up, but he's well off the track. 400 to go. Muscle Mountain goes with Mighty Logan as they come on to the lane there. Length and a half. Bet and Win will wait. The HR Fiskin passing lane is not as promised, has given up. Now coming around the outside is Queen Elida. Further back in the field then to Mr. Love. Homeward bound. Bet and Win comes through. Mr. Love is deep on the passing lane. Muscle Mountain. Queen Elida down the outside. Bet and Win. Back on the inside is Mr. Love, and then Queen Elida. Bet and Win on the inside is Mr. Love. They drive for the Rowe Cup. I say Bet and Win. What a training performance. Bet and Win, I say, gets in by a slender margin over Mr. Love. Queen Elida third. Then Muscle
Mahindi, and last of all was Written in Silk. 28-6 third quarter. Soap and Bubbles poked its nose in front of Muscle Shoals. Wicked Mitzi to the outside. Then came Mop. Trying to run on was Tivoli, and then Clive's Girl back to the pegs. Soap and Bubbles reached the lead. Wicked Mitzi down the outside is coming. Soap and Bubbles and Wicked Mitzi. Soap and Bubbles is kicking strongly from Wicked Mitzi, and Soap and Bubbles hanging on. Wicked Mitzi dives, but it's bath time. Soap and Bubbles will win it. Beats Wicked Mitzi and Mop.
600 metres to go. 2 clear, relapsed, worked on. Better Bell just given a shake on the outside. 3 lengths away the rest. Rakero Maximus 2 in front, relapse. Better Bell slowly but surely closing after the leader who's going great guns, Rakero Maximus. Buster Douglas ran to 4th and making up good ground. Then Mariners Rose. 28-9 third quarter. Rakero Maximus going better than relapse. Going much better than Better Bell. Buster Douglas deeper out into the clear. Rakero Maximus 4 clear. Buster Douglas runs on the outside of relapse. It's Rakero Maximus at the 100. 4 in front. Relapse. Then came Buster Douglas. But Rakero Maximus, there'll be no match for the son of Down by the Seaside. And Rakero Maximus waltzed in the end by 5 or 6. Second relapse. Third Buster Douglas. 4th Mariners Rose. Better Bell didn't fire a shot, and nor did
Soho Americano. Ricky Be Real, and they were followed then by I'll Be Gone, who's under some pressure. Then came further back to Reds Ablaze, and Auntie Lou. Sugar Pie Honey will be the first into the straight. 27-9, but in clear air, Soho Americano to give chase if good enough. And getting into the clear at the right time, I'll Be Gone runs on from Ricky Be Real, and Namaka takes the shortcut on the inner. Up on the outside, Soho Americano strides up to go to the lead. They were followed down the outside by I'll Be Gone, but in front Soho Americano, and Soho Americano wins it. Beats I'll Be Gone. Third home was Sugar Pie.